Love and peace and happiness. Beautiful day, beautiful soul. And welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic. And I'm back to deliver this latest timeless collective channeled message from the Cancer series. So if you are a Cancer sun sign or have Cancer in another birth chart position, this is your reading. If you are interested in a person whose zodiac sign is Cancer, this is your reading. And a special shout out to you who find value in every reading I produce here. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. So thankful and grateful for the growth on our channel, because this is not my channel. This is our channel where we receive the messages most important to us every time we deliver. Okay. And I do what I do because I absolutely love and adore my brothers and sisters of humanity. And I know, I don't believe, yes, I know that the more empowered in our authentic divinity each one of us is, the more it adds to the entire collective of all of humanity, anyways. So, yeah, why not? Go for it. Be the most, be the best, be extra, baby. Be all you came to be that you didn't know you could be. This is what we are going to begin. They said the channeling is already begun. This is where we're at for you. So let's see what's coming out from the wild unknown archetype for you from Kim Kranz. And we have the riddle, and it's in reverse. They said you solved the riddle. You figured something big out. You solved the riddle. Okay, so you're in this position of seeing answers, solutions, and the details. I'm hearing agape, what you would like to see more of, and you've already been enacting. I'm hearing what you've already been enacting is agape, which is a divine kind of love. It's a benevolent kind of love. It's not the romantic, oh, I want your body kind of love. It's a love for the fact that the divine is in you as it is in me, and I recognize it in you as I do in me. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for being. I hear, and it's not based off of a person's deeds. It's based off of a fact that they exist in your world for a reason, and you are aware of this. Love and peace and happiness. So what are you doing? You're coming into the father energy. It's sideways. Okay, so it's giving me balance. They say when you see the black and the white, there's a gray line in between, and you're walking the gray line. And I'm hearing advancing to a point. Advancing to a point. This is being shown to me as an arrow right now. Okay, you're advancing to a point. It's about being a protector, a provider, and a guardian. This is about being a provider, a protector, and a guardian of the energy and of that. I'm hearing status, of that status. The status that you have, is what's coming through. Okay, so you have status, divine masculine energy here. Okay, that father energy is a very active energy. So you're taking actions that are benevolently protective and guarding. I hear humanity, guarding connections. Okay, how do you feel? You feel like you've attained something of great value. The medallion is coming in. The medallion is a precious heirloom energy. So you have something of value. I'm hearing the light around there. So there's all these streams coming to create this light orb that surrounds the medallion. You're the medallion. You're touching your soul self, and each one of these streams is being shown to me as all the ancestors that light you up. It's like everybody's hopes have been pinned on you. Everybody, all the ancestors that are no longer put in a physical body on this plane, in this existence, all focus their energy towards you. You have the loving support of the hidden realms, of the invisible realms, of the spiritual realm. Okay, you speak in a way that is easy to receive because you use comedy to break up tensity. You use laughter and joy and playfulness in order to communicate ideas that would be normally too profound or deep for others to accept. That's a beautiful thing. If you can communicate the more profound truths of life in a light fashion, in an easy to accept way, then it helps you accomplish your purpose of communicating, sharing energy. Okay, you're enjoying life. You look at things with a grain of salt. You look at everything with a grain of salt. Okay, knowing that each of us is a grain of salt. I hear knowing that each of us is a grain of salt. We all have a spark of the divine in us that is preserved. I'm hearing a spark of the divine in us that is preserved. You have an uncanny way of presenting that information, of presenting that energy, of presenting that awareness. And we have the village. You know that all together we are stronger. I heard that we rise and fall together, okay? That we can elevate one another, that we can uplift one another. And when one learns a valuable skill, that it's benevolent and beneficial to bring it back to the village and share what we've learned. So there's this energy of each of us has something to contribute. And because we share that and we don't keep it to ourselves and hoard it, it makes all of us greater, stronger, more empowered. There's also the implication of the soul connections, soul connections that have that easier to grasp because somebody did it. I'm also seeing with this energy the person that carries the machete to clear the way through the jungle so that everybody can pass through. The whole village can pass through because the path is being cleared. Everybody didn't have the muscle, the endurance, the stamina, or the know-how to clear the jungle floor so we could walk through. What was clearing the jungle floor? Clearing out all the obstacle energy, clearing out misconceptions, misperceptions, artificial intelligence ideas. I'm hearing artificial intelligence ideas. In other words, fake programmed ideas that were given and shared throughout many years. Okay. What else do we have? We have the thread. So there's a thread you can pull on. You can pull on, and this thread is likening to that medallion with the higher self, the highest self. I stand corrected, the highest self and the ancestral connections. So they're saying what you're going to learn is how to pull on that ancestral thread even more. And we have one more card coming out for you, which is the mountain. We're not going to keep this card out, but they wanted me to mention it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have fallen out. But these are the 7 cards we were looking for today. Okay. The mountain. They want you to know that this is something you have accomplished. You don't need this card. So you thought that you were still in the middle of a bunch of obstacles. They say you already completed. The way I just heard it was you completed what your soul came here to do. So if you were worried, if you were done what you should do, you actually have done it already by being who you've become. And you had to develop into that. You had to grow into that. You had to accept it. You had to learn it. You had to embrace it. Okay. Everything else you accomplish from here on out, I hear, is a bonus. Everything else you accomplish from here on out is like the cherries and the whipped cream on top. You needed to do the ice cream. You made the ice cream, baby. Ice cream. They're saying ice cream. Huh. It's got to be prepared when it's warm, and then it's got to be frozen for a while. So there's something here about going through the heat, and then also about being put on ice for a minute. So during that put on ice was a solidifying of an energy. And then, the cherry on top is all the extra stuff you did. So they're saying you should feel a round of applause for yourself. I just saw a little fairy. I just saw a little fairy. I just saw a little fairy. The fairy flew around and then it disappeared. Okay. So fairy energy on the table. Bottom of the deck, we have the sword. And this sword, interestingly enough, one side has all the color. The other side doesn't have so much color. You came through the middle. Again, they're giving me the same energy that we saw with that father energy, with the arrow, with the gray, the thin line of gray that's in between, walking the gray, understanding that it's not neither, I heard, it's neither good nor bad. It simply is. It's neither good nor bad. It is what it is, and that's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's meant to be, what it is. Okay. And then in accepting it rather than declaring, oh, this is terrible, this is horrible. You don't even have to declare it as wonderful or good. It simply is. Accept it. What can you do with what you've been given? What can you do with what you've received? Well, apparently you've learned a lot of that. Let's get some more cards. But which deck do you want for them? Which deck do we want? Okay, they're pointing me to Osho Zen Tarot, so let's pull that out for you. Let's see what else we have in this Cancer energy at this time. Most important messages. I love the confirmation. So anywhere where you've been worried that I don't know if I'm doing what I should, they gave you this beautiful confirmation that, baby, not only did you do what you should, now you're on the extra. Love and peace and happiness. You did it. Yeah, you're accomplished. You are successful. You have done what your soul came here to do. Everything else you do. So why they just gave it to me? Somebody here likes to play spades, the card game spades. In the card game spades, you get how many books you can obtain. Okay, so when you're playing spades, you have to make your books. If you don't make your books, you get minus points. But once you've made your books, any additional the books that you bid, once you made the books that you bid, any additional books you made are extra points. So you made your bid, you made your books of your bid. Now it's all extra points, baby. All the extra books you make are extra points. That's really a gorgeous message. It's a really beautiful message. It doesn't always come through that way, but it is coming through that way today. So when you face, they're saying, when you face any additional challenges coming in your path, just remember, these are extra books, baby. These are extra points, okay? And you already made your books. So since you already did everything you came here to accomplish, they said it's going to be that much easier to do even more. The extra books will be easier to obtain because you already obtained your bid. Anything else you do is all bonus, whipped cream and cherries on top of what you came here to make happen. Yeah. Love and peace and happiness. All right, so let's see what else the Osho Zen Tarot wants to add to your message. All right, you have laziness, 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay, with the riddle in reverse, they're saying, listen, you've noticed the slowdown in energy. You've noticed the energy has slowed a little bit. There hasn't been so much to do. Well, that, you get a break. Once you accomplish your goal, once you accomplish your mission, you get a little bit of a break period. You don't have to work so hard. You don't have to do so much. You don't the doing is done. The doing is done. It's accomplished. So it's not like you're missing anything. I'm here. You're not missing anything. It's okay to take a break. It's not about lazy. You've been anything but lazy. You've worked your butt off. And then when you were done, you didn't know you were done. So you kept putting more force, more energy behind it. Yeah. What else? Suppression. 10 of Wands. Okay. 10 of Wands energy is actually an energy where there's a breakthrough. There's a breakthrough here. You had a breakthrough. You had a breakthrough. And one of the things that you are choosing, I'm hearing one of the things that you're choosing as a bonus point, a bonus accomplishment on this lifetime is to help alleviate the mental stress and entanglements with others. So how are you doing it? Are you doing it just by being the gentle smile and the gentle greeting in a stranger's life? Are you doing it because you wrote a book? Are you doing it because you're working in a spiritual career? Are you doing it the way you raise your children? Are you doing it with the way you talk to your family? You're doing it though. It doesn't matter. This is something that is important to you. You know that so many people are bogged down by things that used to bog you down. And so here you are. You're saying, I found a good thing. I'm going to be a big mouth about it. I'm finna tell it. I'm going to share it. I'm going to spread it. Okay. And then I'm hearing the song from Frankie Beverly Mays. Happy feelings in the air, touching people everywhere. So that's what you're doing. You're putting the happy feelings in the air. You're touching people everywhere. This is what you want to do. This is what you're accomplishing now as a bonus. This isn't even what you came here to do. This is a bonus on top of what you came here to do. You're accomplishing even more than you had set out for. Yeah. And you're very passionate. We have the intensity card come out. You're extremely passionate about what you're doing here. It matters to you. You do it passionately and intentionally and authentically. So you're not giving fake encouragement. You're not giving fake advice. You're not giving fake supportive, loving energies. This is real. You really mean it. When you say it, you really mean it. And you're like, if I made it through all of that, I can help others to make it through all that. Why? Because you got the recipe. Yes, I heard. Yes, indeed. Okay. Yes, indeed. Somebody here is looking for a job, baby. Your new job is going to have some way of helping you to accomplish these additional goals that you've given to yourself. There's no requirement. This is all your desire. Yeah. You're very receptive of the fact that you have this ancestral energy to pull upon. Yeah, you're very psychic. You're very intuitive. You know how to go through emotions. You've become more in tune with your emotions, what they mean, and how to move through them without getting stuck in them. Like you might have learned something that I've talked about for years on the channel, which is I feel this, not I am this. For example, somebody's having a difficult day and I'm sad. No, you don't proclaim that over yourself. You say, I feel sad today. And that's okay. There's also this energy of understanding the emotions move like clouds. Emotions are energies. They're energy in motion, emotion, energy in motion, emotion. One more time for emphasis. Yes, please, and thank you. Energy in motion, emotion. They're meant to move. They're not to be stuck to you. You're not meant to claim the identity of that. If you didn't know that, this is part of additional breakthrough that you're receiving here today. But I do sense in the energy that so many of you understand that already. So that's awesome. I love the energy of our tribe. We're so powerful, so potent. Okay. Yes. What else? Completion. Who they said that's awesome because they're telling me you're spending some time realizing all the puzzles you put together. You could be talking to somebody about it. You could be making jokes. Somebody I see as a comedy stand-up and you're talking about all the stuff, but you do it in a lighthearted manner. And it's what's interesting is while you're up there telling jokes, okay, whether you're on a literal stage or the stage of your life in whatever form or fashion you're doing it, while you're telling the jokes, you're helping others put pieces together from the full picture puzzle that you've been able to perceive, that you've figured it out. Okay, you putting the pieces together and you're making light of the energy because you know that when the energy is lighter, when the perception is lighter, it's easier to grasp, it's easier to receive. It all doesn't have to be so stressful. Nothing has to be hard. It can be easy, remember? It's neither white or black. It is what it is. You can decide and declare what it all means for you. I heard, okay. And you know that there's a lot of people who are still feeling the stress. You know, there's a lot of people deep in sorrow about this, that, or the other. Others in your village, others in your soul tribe, others in your community, others in your company, others in your family. And so you try to, they said, you don't try shit, you accomplish it. Okay. You do it to the best of your ability. There are no tries. A try is a failed attempt. Okay. We don't have failed attempts. You accomplish it to whatever low level that you're able to. And they're saying at the same time, there's they're reminding you a need to remember. It behooves you to always keep in mind. There's sometimes, even when it's accomplished, you don't see the physical effects of that in the other, but it is accomplished. And you can see the physical effects of those accomplishments in yourself. When the healing is done for one, the healing is done on both sides, at least on the soul level. You'll express it physically because you've accepted consciously that you are healed, that you are complete, that you are whole. No longer do you think that you are missing something. You know you got it all. You know you're perfect where you're at with all your idiosyncrasies, with all your nuances, with all your ticks, with all your trips, with all your whatever somebody else will call a problem. Everything is in perfect order at all times. And you know that from that mentality, from that level of awareness, you allow the perfection to be revealed. You allow the perfection of you. I said perception. So for somebody, there's a perception. I'm seeing sex, sex. I'm seeing section, section. Do with that what it means to you. But that came through on purpose. Okay. So your awareness of the everybody's not in the same mental state as you. You have compassion. I hear you have compassion, but you're not allowing it to drop your energy level. You have compassion, but you're staying in your high vibration. That's awesome. Okay, let's see what else we have for you. What else do we have? Okay, and we have experiencing. Yes. Okay. So there's this energy here where your interactions with the others in your world, your interactions with your soul team, your ancestral lineage is causing experiences in the world. So what happens is you have this interchange of energy, you have this experience, you've accomplished so much in yourself, and you set more goals for yourself. And so it's like every time you take more steps, every time you advance, I'm hearing advance further on those paths, because you're on multiple paths at once. They're saying what you see is a physical experience in another person that is a confirmation for you. And this is some of the reason why you are having these experiences with the ones who do feel stuck in their sorrows, who do feel in this place where they don't feel like they can move. And then you interact with them because this is a confirmation of you. When you look at them and you know inside of yourself, like, man, I used to feel just like that. And that's not your truth. And here's what I can say. Here's what I can share from my experience. That is solidifying your new truth. I'm hearing that is solidifying your new truth. It's solidifying your new personality. It solidifies your new consciousness, your elevated awareness. It solidifies the benefits of everything you experience, of all you accomplish. You are the teacher and the student, and what you're learning is how far you've come right now by being able to assist others in advancing on their own path as well. So when, let's say, one of your major breakthroughs has been about poverty consciousness, about your own abundance and prosperity on this planet, right? And so then you're attracting people around you who are stuck in the same headspaces you used to be stuck in, because when you meet them, whether you tell them outright with your verbal mouth or you just share the energetic light codes that you've received from your own healing, it solidifies your knowing that, man, I did that. So it's not to bring you down. It's not to take back down the path that you just cleared. It's about a confirmation. It's about a confirmation for you. You trusted. You took the leap of faith, and baby, you're riding high. You can fly. I believe. I don't want to sing that pervert song, okay? But you know you can fly. This is not even about belief anyway. So that wasn't the right lyrics anyways. This is about your knowing. You know that you fly. You know that you fly high. You know you're flying higher than you've ever flown before. You know that your energy is more elevated than it's ever been before. You know that you have accomplished things that seem so far out of your reach at one point in time, but now there's a deeper level of awareness that no, it's not out of your reach at all. It's exactly where you are. It's exactly what you came here to do. It's exactly who you be, how you are. It's what you see. It's what you live. I love this energy. Let's get you some oracle cards as well to go with your message. I'm loving it. Okay, I'm loving it. Somebody had some McDonald's and somebody said, hey, yeah, right. I ain't eating no McDonald's. Okay. Somebody's being very aware about the physical things on this planet that are done to try to stifle and limit your energy. And somebody needs to hear this. Yeah, baby, you can go ahead and make yourself crazy trying to get the most natural, whole, and uncontaminated ingredients, or you can use the power of your spoken word, that sword, baby, the power of your spoken word, the power of your thought and intention, that sword, baby, over everything you consume, over everything you take in, and you literally, by your focus, your intention, and your declaration and decision over it, it will all be the most natural and healthy, and anything that is not that will be expelled unnoticeably by your body. Okay, they say, don't be in fear of your food. Don't be in fear of the drink. Don't be in fear of the air. Don't be in fear of the chemicals that they put in the beds and the clothes and in the furniture and everything else. They said, this is not a life to be lived in fear. I heard, but you know that. So is this part of what you're sharing? Okay, I see somebody who's part of some sort of organization or group where everybody's worried about trying to eat more healthy and be more organic and all of these things. And you are able to share the power of human intention over all things physical. I heard, because when God is on your side, there is no weapon formed against you. There is nothing that can hurt you. When you know your authentic divinity, no matter what it appears to be. They're showing me Daniel in the lion's den. Somebody name is Daniel. If that's you, Daniel, you might feel right now like you're about to be devoured, but you're about to find out your deliverance hour. Okay, somebody here, you may not be named Daniel, but I see that you felt that way many times in your life, and you might feel that way today. So I see you on different timelines with these people, and they're saying you've been miraculously saved, delivered, and protected. And it's all has everything to do with your own powerful point of focus, your own powerful intention. Did you know that you're blessed, safe, and protected no matter where you stand in your skin on all time, space, and dimensions? Because I did. I know that for you. Do you know that for you? Because I can know that for you all I want, and then it's done on soul level. But do you know that for you? Because once you know that for you, it's done in your physical reality, in your conscious reality, your experience. Okay, we have sit, just rest, ponder, thinking, sad, looking back, reminisce, sitting, and stubbornness. But this is in the riddle reverse with the laziness. You put in the work, baby. You deserve a break. Be easy with yourself. You did a lot of work, okay? And you can look back and remember all the reasons you went through everything. And because it's a big teddy bear sitting at the coffee table, I just feel like you just a big old teddy bear. You just all about love. You just want to squeeze it and love and be a reason for somebody to love. I heard. And then aside from that, I also get childhood. This goes all the way back to childhood in some sort of way. Let's see what else came out. We have the pot, sweet reward, treating yourself, something desirable, recreational, giving into temptation, baby. the temptation is just something you deserve. It's like, can I really have that? Again, somebody broke poverty consciousness. So you're used to telling yourself no. And now you're going to be faced with all these opportunities to tell yourself, yes, you deserve the rewards. You put in the work. So as life gets good, don't you dare tell nobody, oh, no, you don't have to do that too. That's too much. I can't accept that. No, they said, say yes, please, and thank you. Yes, please, and thank you. That's the phrase. That's the phrase for the rest of your days. Yes, please, and thank you. The universe is trying to, they said, that's a foul attempt. They keep giving it to me. Try. Let go of try. They said, the universe is too. But so many ways, it's time for you to be in accepting, receptive mode. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to be treated well. Because the old energy, part of what the riddle was you didn't allow, you didn't accept. I'm hearing, okay. We also have the owl, insight, wisdom, wise choice, unusual powers of discernment, deciphering mystery, sees truth behind the wall, good advice, no sense of humor, look at life from all angles, explore unknown and magic in life. The owl is significant. I heard Molech. Okay, somebody here feels like they were delivered from the fire. Moloch is from the Bible. The people used to offer their children as live sacrifices to Moloch by fire. We're not doing that no more. You have wisdom. You make wise choices. And so somebody's not ever going to tell their children. Somebody doesn't ever tell their children, one of these days your children going to do the same thing to you. How many parents proclaim that over how many of you viewers? You know what I'm saying? Why they want to hand down difficulties? Why they didn't know no dang better, but we do. We're not going to pronounce against the future generations the same challenges we went through. We do actually the opposite. We say, you know what? You're going to live a beautiful, prosperous life. You're going to be in your power. You're going to be independent. You're going to be successful. These are the things you proclaim over them. You let them know you are wise. You are successful. You are valuable. You are loved. You are appreciated. You are perfect. These are the things you speak into the next generations. These are the things that you share. These are the things that you're passionate about. And these are the things is what you're opening the path of energy in the future as you proclaim these truths over all those who cross paths with you, whether they're your children, your grandchildren, or just some random ass strangers, okay, because they came in your path for a reason. This red card flipped in reverse, and let's see what its words are. It says ho. Literally, it says ho, H-O-E. It says running away, red flag, sneaky bitch, hidden agenda, cheater, keeps it on the down low, secretive, but it came out in reverse. Anybody that tries to come to you with that energy, they don't win. They fail every time because you're too connected, you're too receptive, you're too psychic, you're too aware. Anybody that would even attempt to come this way, most of them can't even get that close. If and when they are allowed to come that close to you, that's because spirit, source, God, universe giving them an opportunity to clear their karma. Because the way your energy is set up, baby, they can bless themselves or they can curse themselves. But what they do has no influence on you. Love and peace and happiness. If they think that they got away with anything, it'll be replaced in multiple for you, okay? Because there is no loss in the divine mind. Let's see what else we have. It says bed, intimate times, cheating, restful slumber, deep personal connection, polyamorous, big family, co-sleeping, retreating from the world, home security, dreaming, and sleep. So, and this is coming out with the completion and the comic energy. So this is one of the things you're talking about, how you learned about who you had in your intimate space, how you learned about cheating, how you close out those cycles of cheaters. You're telling funny stories about people that thought that they could cheat you or cheat on you. You're talking stories about polyamory. You're talking stories about being from a big family and all the different energies that are there. You're talking about feeling safe in your home. You're talking about what it feels like to be restful. You're talking about your dreams. You're talking about the things that you dreamt of for yourself and the messages that you receive as you rested your mind and your body. Yeah, you're talking about deep personal connections, and you have accomplished so much in these areas in your life. That's why you have it to talk about. You are on the other side of it. You are on the success side of it. You already got the certification. You got the plaque. You got the medal. You're done. Okay, what else came out? We have the alligator, stealth, swift, take a big bite out of life, good fortune, dynamic, primal instincts, ancient wisdom. Move quietly but strike with great force. You know when to give them the bite, when to give them the slip. I heard, and when to give them the wisdom. You know different ways to move, okay? And you share it with those who are presenting as worthy, receptive, and at the same time, when it's time for you to use either the light or the dark side of those abilities, you know how to use it. You use it swiftly, use it authentically, and you use it karma free. They're saying karma free, because literally what you're doing is you're taking the energy that's being reflected at you, transmuting and elevating what is able to be transmuted and elevated, and then reflecting back what is not ready to be elevated or transmuted. Because remember, it's not your job. That's just a bonus. Like, they lucky that you even in the energy of wanting to, and then they're even in the energy of being able to approach you, approach the accomplished one, to approach the chosen one. Let me see, what else do we have in this energy? What else do we have in your energy? And it's the ball game player. Let's play. Dropping the ball. Colorful. Making the most of a situation by inflating it. Bounce back. The ball is in your court. Again, you have the ability to decide, is this a thread I want to pull on? Because here's the thing, you know that when you interact with certain people and you say certain things, you will unravel all the false beliefs, false ideas, false attachments, and entanglements that is in their energy field. Love and peace and happiness. So you're decisive. You choose when to do it, okay? You choose when to do it. You choose if you're going to play this game or not. You make sure that it's worth it. Yes. The bottom of the deck, we have jealousy, the feeling of wanting what someone else has, being angry at someone because they're better off than you, not wishing well, and wondering why. Okay, in the past, you have dealt with people who had a lot of jealousy towards you. You realize where you needed to let certain ones go and stop trying to be accountable and responsible for their experience and their evolution and their growth. And you decided, I'm going to redirect this energy to where it's appreciated. Redirect this energy to somebody who's receptive. Okay, you trust in the universe, you take the leap, you jump and you fly, baby. You fly. Somebody used to have dreams. I just saw your energy real strong. If this is you, spirit really wants you to hear this, because you used to have dreams where you would crawl and you would be buried, but now you have dreams where you fly and they can't touch you. Can't touch this. They said you're a gangster in the spirit. You're a spiritual gangster, and that energy comes with you in the streets. Okay, they said that energy comes with you in the streets. Okay, and they're showing me American gangster. Sometimes a gangster is a gangster because they're the protector of the neighborhood with that father energy. So you protect those who need protecting, and you check those who need checking. Hello, this is your energy. This is what I have for you at this time. Let's get you a yes or no answer to your personal question. I'm gonna use this deck here, and I'll get up to 13 cards. Spirit knows if the answer is yes or no, and they have your soul team, your highest self, love source, God, the universe has helped you to formulate your question in the perfect fashion, so you receive your perfect answer. Okay, yes or no, one for everybody. It's just one go. If we see an ace, that's a clear and specific yes. If we do not see an ace, that's a clear and specific no. Okay, the ace could be in any of the up to 13 cards that we will allow to come out to receive the answer, or if it's at the bottom of the deck, that means yes, and you already knew the answer was yes while you play. Okay, but it's a yes either way. I'm not going to go into any detail on the cards. We're just going to give you a yes or no and close you out with the yes or no answer. Is the answer yes or no, please and thank you? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Bottom of the deck is not an ace. We don't have an ace. The answer is no. For those of you who want a personal reading to go into whatever it is that's on your mind, the information is on the website and below the video. I do have time on my schedule available for you. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. 감사합니다. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.